Hey there, everyone. It's Leo, your host for the one and only Fame Flame. This is the show where Hollywood's brightest stars come out to play, spilling tea and spreading laughs. And who better to turn up the heat than someone who knows me inside and out, a talented actress, model, and my favorite roast master, Camila Morrone.
Well, look at us, a model and an actor. How original Hollywood. I see that our relationship is about as fresh and innovative as Leo's last 5 movies. Let's not forget about his commitment to his roles, right? I mean, he fought a bear in The Revenant. Well, not really fought, more like bare-handled. But who's splitting hairs, eh? That's method acting for you. In our house, it's so extreme that sometimes he stays in character for days. It was particularly tough when he was filming Django Unchained. I had to keep reminding him, Leo, honey, you're not a plantation owner. You can't make me pick up after you. Oh, and then there's his environmental activism. Yes, we all know Leo loves the earth. He loves it so much he flies around the world in his private jet to tell people how much he loves it. You know, Leo, maybe if you planted a tree for every model you've dated, we could really make a difference in the fight against climate change. Well, let's talk about dating Leonardo DiCaprio, shall we? Dating Leo is like a trip to the museum. It's intriguing, it's educational, and half the time you're wondering why the exhibits are only from the 90s. Now, Leo is an old school gentleman indeed. On our first date, he picked me up in his car, and by his car, I mean a gas-guzzling, dinosaur-fueled, climate change-inducing vintage Rolls-Royce. How environmentally conscious, you know. I was warned about dating Leo. They said, Camila, he only dates models. But I didn't listen. I mean, how bad could it be? Let me tell you, I didn't expect to walk into a home that's essentially a walk-in closet. His house has more Victoria's Secret catalogs than a teenage boy's bedroom. And oh, the parties. Have you been to one of Leo's parties? It's like a who's who of Hollywood mixed with a hint of Neverland. It's fascinating. He keeps inviting his co-stars from Titanic, trying to recreate the movie. But no matter how many ice cubes he puts in the pool, it's just not the same, Leo. But despite everything, I must admit that being with Leo has its perks. For one, I don't need to watch TV anymore. I get a living, breathing, walking rerun of every award-winning movie from the past 3 decades right at home. You know, folks, Leo and I had some really good times together. We had some laughs, we had some cries, mostly while watching his Oscar acceptance speech on repeat. But let's get to the heart of the matter. Why did we break up? Now, we all know Leo loves his roles, right? Well, it got to a point where he was so into his role for The Revenant, he brought a bear rug into our bedroom. I said, Leo, I'm all for method acting, but when you start growling in your sleep, we need to draw a line. But truth be told, I knew things were getting shaky when he gifted me a life jacket for our anniversary. Just in case we hit an iceberg, he said. I mean, really, Leo? Can't we ever escape Titanic? But the real deal breaker, ladies and gentlemen, was when he suggested we go on a date to the Victoria's Secret fashion show. I mean, come on, Leo. I know you're a fan, but don't you think it's a bit too soon for a family reunion? But hey, Leo, don't worry. It's not you, it's me. I just couldn't bear to watch you die one more time on screen. I mean, have you ever tried comforting your crying boyfriend after he dies in his own movie? It's confusing. You know, folks, Leo here is quite a paradox. Here's a guy who's been chased by the FBI, danced his heart out on Wall Street, and even ruled as the king of the world. But ask him to put down his vape pen for 2 minutes, and suddenly he's acting like he's being asked to perform brain surgery. And let's not forget about Leo's love for the arts. No, I'm not talking about film. I mean the classic fine arts. He's got a real taste for it. It's the only place where his girlfriends are able to age. He bought a Picasso once. The irony is that the only thing younger than the paint on that canvas is his last 3 dates. Leo, your dedication to your craft is admirable, no doubt. You're like a child who never grows up, immersed in make-believe, living out your dreams. It's just that most kids do it without a yacht, a Malibu mansion, and a carbon footprint the size of the Titanic. But let's give credit where credit is due. After all, Leo, you've managed to pull off something that most actors only dream of. You've not only convinced the world that you're an exceptionally talented actor, but you've also somehow convinced them that your off-screen life isn't just a never-ending episode of MTV Cribs. But no matter what, Leo, you're one hell of a guy. We might tease you about your age, your movies, and your love life, but the truth is we all love you. And as long as you keep making films, we promise to keep pretending we don't notice that you're aging in reverse.
Well, that's it, folks. We've laughed, we've cried, mostly from laughing too hard, and hopefully we've learned that nobody is safe when Camila Morrone is in the roasting mood. I want to thank Camila for being such a great sport, for setting me aflame, and most importantly, for making this episode of Fame Flame a blazing success. Don't forget to tune in next time for more hilarity, more roasts, and more stars ready to set the Fame Flame alight. If you enjoyed this episode, do hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Until next time, this is Leonardo DiCaprio, your favorite roastee, signing off.